celebrate the 4th day on the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So now I request respected principals of our school, Sri Ranganath Guruji, and respected vice principal of our school, Sri Rvk Guruji, to do the Pushparchana. To tell about Rvk Guruji, he joined our school in 2018 as English teacher and later became the vice principal of our school. His lot of teaching has enriched our knowledge, so I welcome him heartily to the program, and I also welcome heartily to the program of our principal Guruji, Sri Ranganath Guruji, to this program, and I also welcome all teaching and non-teaching staff of our school, and I also welcome my dear friends to this program. Welcome one and all. Now, I request Sri Rvk Guruji to address the gathering.
Brahma Rajarshi Ratnadhyam Vande Bharata Mata. Our motherland, or our mother, Bharat Mata, is decorated with a beautiful garland which has beautiful ratnas around in her garland. The gems that are in her garland are Brahmarshis and Rajarshis. Brahmarshis meaning highly intelligent and intellectual people who always thought about the betterment of humankind. Rajarshis, the qualities of a Raja, Maharaja, or a king, or a military leader. We are really great to have one of the greatest leaders of our times, Bharat Ratna Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. You have heard from past 4 days about the great leader who was born in our country, in Bengal province, who was so intelligent and an intellectual that he was able to clear one of the toughest examinations of those times, the ICS examination conducted by the British Indian Civil Services examination. That proves that he was really intelligent. So, Brahmarshi. He also became the Supreme Commander of Indian National Army, the Prime Minister of the Provisional Government of Free India, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who was conferred Bharat Ratna as well. We have heard about his childhood, a very beautiful story about his childhood, how he became the President of Indian National Congress, later how he was treated inside the country. He was arrested by the British. Later, we also heard about he escaping to Berlin with an objective to bring freedom to India. He was guided by Veer Savarkarji to go to Germany and Japan to amass the Indian soldiers, the prisoners of war who were there, and lead an army against India. Against India to get the freedom for India. That's very interesting there. Right? He wanted to free India from the clutches of British Empire. Later, we all know one of the greatest tragedies of the history of the globe. On the August 6th and the August 9th, a tragic event of bombing the two important cities of Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, happened on the 6th of August and on the 9th of August in 1945. 1945, August 15th, it was sure that Japan was going to surrender. And on the 16th of August, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose declared, Japan may surrender, but Japan's surrender is not India's surrender. We are still in war with the British. That was the statement given by Subhash Chandra Bose. He told Japan may surrender. Japan's surrender is not India's surrender. So he planned to continue the struggle to get the freedom to our country. And as we all know, not, we all know it, everybody speaks about one particular thing, about the tragic end of the greatest leader. That was a plane crash that happened on the 18th of August 1945. Just 2 days after he declared that Japan's surrender is not India's surrender. Many people did not believe that there was actually a plane crash that happened. There are many reasons for that. We'll have to try and understand that in the month of January of 1946, just 4 months after the mishap, Mahatma Gandhi ji announced that Netaji is still alive. And it was published in New York Times in the month of January of 1946. So British also got little doubtful. Did actually Subhash Chandra Bose die in the plane crash? So they set up the first commission to inquire about did the plane crash happen. That first commission was from Figgett, Colonel Figgett Commission, who went to Taiwan, where it was told that the mishap plane accident happened, and came out confused, telling we are not very sure if the plane crash actually happened. But later, Japan surrendered officially on the first week of September, and everyone got busy in their own way. But British, France did not declare officially that Subhash Chandra Bose was dead. There are many things. Because of this, what happened? Everyone in India started pressurizing the government to check, did actually Netaji die? Where is he? He just vanished suddenly. What happened? So there was another commission that was set up, that was Shah Nawaz Commission in the year 1956. They came out telling, no, he actually died in the plane crash. No one believed. Again in 1970, there was Khosla Commission. They told that, yes, he died in plane crash. There were many contradictory statements in the witnesses, and in 1978, our then Prime Minister, Shri Morarji Desai ji, declared in Parliament telling, we are very doubtful. We think that Netaji is still alive. That this was what was told in the Parliament by the then Prime Minister Morarji Desai. And this forced to set up another commission, high power commission, under the Vajpayee government in 1999. This was Mukherjee's commission, Justice Mukherjee Commission, who took more than 2.5 years. The one important thing about Justice Mukherjee's commission was that the previous two commissions were not allowed to visit Taiwan or Taipei, where the accident actually happened. Without visiting the actual place, they declared, yeah, it was a plane accident. But Mukherjee's commission went there and understood, talked to many people, and came to a conclusion that it's very doubtful that the plane crash actually happened. And there are many reasons that they quote. Very important reason, one among them is that the Supreme Commander of Indian National Army dying in a plane crash in Taipei should be reported in the local newspaper, right? No report was there in any of the newspapers that a plane accident happened in an airbase. So when this was told, many people started to tell, hey, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was not popular locally. People did not know about Subhash Chandra Bose. But to this, on the 14th of August, when the World War started, and when Subhash Chandra Bose started fighting against the British government in India arrested the family members of Subhash Chandra Bose. For 3 or 4 years, they were kept in imprisonment. On the 14th, when British government was sure that Japan is going to surrender, they released the family members of Subhash Chandra Bose, and this news was published locally in Bangkok and in Taiwan. So it proves that Subhash Chandra Bose was popular. People there knew about his command, people knew about his power and the support he gave to Japan and the support he received from Japan. A very unimportant news of his family members releasing in India is getting published on the 14th of August, and he dying in a plane crash on the 18th is not published in a plane crash. How can this be believable? It's unbelievable, right? And also there are no reports of any accident taking place in the airbase. Nobody actually believed. And the same Justice Mukherjee, after he submitted the report to the parliament in 2005, it was straight away rejected by the government without giving any valid reason. And there were few unofficial reasons that came out from the cabinet secretary, telling when Mukherjee Commission asked for very important documents, he came out with an affidavit telling that, sorry, I will not be able to give these documents to you. The reason is, it's very important national security concern. If I release these documents, then there is going to be national security issues. The problem with our friends outside, the delegations that are outside will start facing issues. We have made many friends outside. So if we start releasing the documents, it's very difficult to manage the present running of the government. It's top secret, so they rejected it. Okay, but after 2005, when there was a documentary that was getting released, Justice Mukherjee announced on a video that he was 100% sure that Gumnami Baba in Faridabad was actually Subhash Chandra Bose, and he died in 1985. He lived as sannyasi. There is again a doubt there. Nobody is very sure. There are only testimonials, but no valid proof. So even Justice Mukherjee told, I don't have any proof, but I am 100% sure that Subhash Chandra Bose did not die in a plane mishap, because there were only one Indian, Habibur Rahman, who saw the dead body of Subhash Chandra Bose. And he was a staunch follower of Subhash Chandra Bose. It looked like whenever somebody talked to him, everyone felt like he was only following the orders of Subhash Chandra Bose, telling that he was dead. There are many things that are hidden, and many other Indian commanders who wanted to see the dead body of Subhash Chandra Bose were not allowed to see. And only after 5 days after the plane accident happened, so-called plane accident happened, 18th was told to be the plane accident date. Until 23rd, the announcement did not happen. Only it happened in Japan, telling that Subhash Chandra Bose died in a plane accident, one radio news. That's it. And a Supreme Commander of Indian National Army, their commander not coming to know, it is told that Japan wanted the safe journey of Subhash Chandra Bose. So Japan themselves came out with a false story of a plane accident. This is popular everywhere. Even many classified reports from Russia and from France tell that plane accident never happened. Whatever it is, the plane accident happened or not happened, we are not very sure, but circumstantial evidences and logical thinking makes it very doubtful that did actually the plane accident happen? It's actually doubtful. To quote Bharat Ratna Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the individual may die for an idea, but after his death, that idea reincarnates as 1,000 lives. This we have seen. After 1945, after his reported death, the Indian soldiers became so motivated that British had to get away from India, because they were very sure from the Indian National Army soldiers, the Indian Navy got motivated and they started a naval mutiny. Because of naval mutiny, British government came to know that they can't rely on Indians anymore to run their armed forces. This in terms of the then Prime Minister of Britain, Clement Attlee, he himself told during his visit in India that the person who scared him the most was Subhash Chandra Bose. Because of his work, we have got independence. This is a very clear statement by the British Prime Minister himself, that is Clement Attlee, when he visited our country. And Subhash Chandra Bose, one of the greatest person we have ever known, and this is his 125th birth anniversary. We will have to make sure that we imbibe the qualities of that bravery to work for our country, and as told by him again, give me blood and I will give you freedom. That means every country will have to ready to sacrifice for the country and work in the armed forces with courage. With this, I thank everyone for the opportunity that was given to me to talk on this dais. May we get encouraged from the life and motivation from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Jai Hind.
Thank you for your meaningful words, Guruji. And I also thank respected Principal Shri Ranganath Guruji. And I also thank all teaching and non-teaching staff. And I also thank my dear friends for attending this program. Thank you, one and all. Let's conclude the program by Shanti Mantra. Sadhana.